In the quiet town of Ravenswood, nestled between dense forests and rolling hills, stood the prestigious Ravenswood University. The campus, with its grandiose Gothic architecture, exuded an air of history and mystery. It was the perfect setting for the terrifying events that would unfold, earning the university a reputation for the most chilling college horror stories. Our story begins with a group of unsuspecting freshmen who had just moved into the notorious Oakwood Hall. Its towering spires and darkened windows seemed to whisper tales of the supernatural. As the sun dipped below the horizon on their first night, a faint unease settled in the air. The residents of room 213, Jake, Emma, and Alex, were eager to explore their newfound independence. Little did they know, Oakwood Hall had a long history of eerie occurrences. Legend had it that a former student, Mary O'Sullivan, had mysteriously disappeared from room 213 decades ago, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions. The first inkling of something unusual came during a midnight dormitory meeting. As the students settled into their beds, the rhythmic creaking of footsteps echoed through the hallways. Jake, a skeptic at heart, dismissed it as the old building settling into the night. However, Emma's eyes widened with uncertainty, and Alex couldn't shake the feeling that someone was watching them. Days turned into weeks, and the trio's classes intensified. Yet, the subtle oddities within Oakwood Hall persisted. Unexplained whispers reverberated through the walls, and shadows seemed to dance in corners just out of sight. Emma, with her insatiable curiosity, began researching the mysterious Mary O'Sullivan, determined to unravel the secrets of room 213. One evening, as they delved into the university archives, Emma stumbled upon an old newspaper article. The headline sent shivers down her spine. Tragic disappearance of Mary O'Sullivan remains unsolved. The article detailed Mary's sudden vanishing act, leaving behind only a haunting message scrawled on her dorm room mirror. They watch and they wait. The room fell silent as the gravity of their situation sank in. Room 213 had a history, and Mary's cryptic message hinted at something beyond the realm of comprehension. As darkness enveloped Oakwood Hall that night, the trio found themselves on a path to unravel the enigma of Mary O'Sullivan's disappearance. Their investigations led them to a retired professor, Dr. Nathaniel Blackwood, an expert in paranormal studies. Dr. Blackwood had spent decades researching the supernatural occurrences at Ravenswood University. Reluctantly, he agreed to share his findings with the curious trio. According to Dr. Blackwood, Oakwood Hall was built upon ancient burial grounds, and the spirits of the restless souls trapped beneath sought solace in the world of the living. Mary O'Sullivan, he believed, had inadvertently opened a gateway between the living and the dead, becoming a conduit for malevolent entities. As the group delved deeper into the paranormal, their lives began to mirror Mary's tragic tale. Strange symbols appeared on the dorm room walls, and ghastly apparitions lurked in the shadows. The trio's once skepticism waned as they witnessed the unexplainable, realizing that room 213 held secrets that defied the laws of nature. Desperation drove them to experiment with seances and rituals, attempting to communicate with the other side. The barrier between the living and the dead grew thin, and the malevolent forces within Oakwood Hall seized the opportunity to wreak havoc. Unseen hands brushed against their skin. Icy whispers sent shivers down their spines, and the air crackled with an otherworldly energy. As the semester progressed, the group's mental and physical states deteriorated. Sleep became elusive as nightmares invaded their waking hours. The once bonded trio turned on each other, paranoia and fear tearing at the seams of their friendship. The lines between reality and the supernatural blurred, and the malevolent entities seemed to revel in their suffering. One fateful night, Emma, driven by an insatiable desire for answers, conducted a ritual in room 213 to communicate with Mary O'Sullivan's spirit. The atmosphere grew thick with tension as an otherworldly presence manifested within the room. Shadows writhed on the walls, and a chilling voice echoed through the darkness, revealing the sinister truth. Mary's disappearance had been orchestrated by an ancient entity seeking a vessel to traverse between realms. The malevolent force, now unleashed, hungered for the living. Emma unwittingly had become the conduit, and the trio's fate was sealed. In a desperate bid to sever the connection, Dr. Blackwood guided the group through a perilous ritual. They ventured into the depths of Ravenswood Forest, following a path only visible to those entwined with the supernatural. The air grew thick with foreboding as the group approached the heart of the ancient burial grounds. In the eerie glow of a blood moon, the ritual commenced. Symbols were drawn, incantations recited, and the boundaries between the living and the dead trembled. The malevolent entity, sensing its imminent expulsion, unleashed a torrent of spectral manifestations. The forest came alive with the tormented whispers of the trapped souls. As the ritual reached its climax, Emma, now consumed by the entity, writhed in agony. The ethereal bonds between the living and the dead strained, threatening to collapse. In a burst of blinding light, the entity was expelled, leaving behind a shattered Emma and a trembling forest. The trio, battered and scared, emerged from the forest with a newfound appreciation for the fragility of life. Oakwood Hall, once a beacon of academia, stood as a testament to the supernatural forces that lurked beneath the surface. The malevolent entity was banished, but the scars it left on room 213 remained as a haunting reminder of the price paid for unlocking the secrets of the afterlife. As the years passed, the tale of Oakwood Hall became a whispered legend among Ravenswood University students. Room 213 was sealed off, its dark history buried beneath layers of renovation. The trio, forever changed by their harrowing experience, went their separate ways, haunted by the echoes of that fateful semester. Ravenswood University, with its Gothic spires and foreboding halls, continued to attract curious minds. Unbeknownst to the incoming students, the ancient burial grounds beneath Oakwood Hall still held secrets, waiting to be awakened by the unsuspecting and the curious. The true college horror stories of Ravenswood University were destined to endure, etched into the very fabric of the institution.